What is going on, Lego Maniacs? It's Ty Lego Guy here, and welcome to Ty's Talks, episode 6. Anyways, I'm all suited up, as you guys can see. I think I'm going to implement that for Ty's Talks, the Q&As. But yeah, we got some really good questions, including, what's better, the stud shooters or the realistic guns? Ahsoka back in Mandalorian 2. I'd like to know what your guys' thoughts are on that, and I'll also be sharing mine, as well as a number of other very good Lego and Star Wars questions. Some of them aren't even Lego or Star Wars, but they're pretty good. And as always, if you got a question for the next Ty's Talks episode, just leave your question in the comments and I'll get to it in the next Ty's Talks episode. But yeah, enough talk. Let's get right into it. And our first question comes to us from KarmaLink20, and he asks, I really like your old school Wednesdays. Those sets bring back so many memories. How long have you been into Lego? What sets are most nostalgic for you? And then he says, sorry if this question has been already asked. I've only seen one of the Q&A episodes. So yeah, no, this question hasn't exactly been asked. I've been into Lego since I was like 3, and I had like the big Duplo blocks before that. So I've been into Lego a long time, but as far as the bricks go, since I was 3, I started collecting Lego, or getting it as a toy when I was it was in the 90s. And some of my favorite sets, well, you know what? Let's throw them up on screen. So those sets, all fantastic, absolutely love them. Those are some of my favorites. Let's now move on to the next question, which is given to us from Havdan Jacob. And he asks, what's your opinion on stud shooters and battle packs? I prefer regular blasters. So in case you guys are wondering, which you probably know this is a stud shooter. This is a regular, more realistic looking blaster. In fact, let's blow it up on screen. A couple more pictures, so you guys can see what we're looking at. So the age-old question, what's the answer? At least my opinion on it. As much as stud shooters might be fun if you're a kid, I really like going the realistic route. If I ever have a set on display, they are not going to be carrying stud shooters. They're going to be carrying the realistic looking blasters. So I'm realistic looking blasters all the way. I get why Lego does it, but I'm not really for it. Even when some sets have little red dots on or red studs on where the blasters are, if there's too much of that going on, or I see too much of it, I'll just take them out and put it on display without it, just because I like to go the realistic route. But that's just me. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on this question though. It's a heated topic. And our next question comes to us from Webb's Brick Channel, and he asks, what do you think of Ahsoka being in Mandalorian Season 2? Okay, I'm gonna be honest, this has kind of there's two sides to this. Ahsoka being back in Mandalorian Season 2, I like Ahsoka as a character. I think that's cool that she's there. I'm fine with that. The flip side of it though, I do believe that she's kind of being overused. I'm not sure exactly why. For instance, the Clone Wars, I'm not gonna spoil it, but Clone Wars Season 7, there's 4 episodes she's in, and maybe 1 or 2 of them are actually good. It was just like they're creating an excuse to get into Ahsoka. So I don't like it when they have to stretch the story to include her. So I guess my answer to that is it just depends how they bring her in. If she's necessary to the story or it makes sense, great. If it's just trying to throw her in without having any plan, then no, I'm not for it. So yeah, that's the best answer to that. Let me know what you guys think about that. I'd like to know your thoughts on Ahsoka being in Mandalorian Season 2. And our next question comes to us from the one and only Chris. And he asked the question, what's your favorite candy bar and favorite flavor of ice cream? I'm gonna have to say Milky Way, as far as chocolate bars go. And then my favorite ice cream, probably gonna go just boring and say vanilla, but there's other good flavors. I mean, I'm just gonna say that. Do you prefer Pepsi or Coke? Well, there may be one notable YouTuber that likes Coke, And as much as I'd like to like bug him about this, I have to say Coke is better than Pepsi. You know, that's just what I think. And would you rather have coronavirus or step on a piece of Lego? I mean, jokes aside, coronavirus is very serious and I hope you guys are staying safe. But, you know, who wants to step on a piece of Lego? Obviously, it's the piece of Lego question. But yeah, let's move on. And our next question comes to us from Owen Fuller. That's a really good one. He asks, if you were to choose any Lego set to buy that you didn't have, what would it be? So let's throw a couple of those on screen just so you guys can kind of see the sets I'd love to have. Now, as much as I love those original, like this original Star Destroyer Millennium Falcon, the fact that I got the updated ones of those sets made them a little bit less desirable. But as far as showing the old Cloud City set, I'd love to own that. As well as like some of the classic sets, like the Pirates Perilous Pitfall, also a very good looking set. Yeah, but really good question. Really appreciated that one. That one got me thinking a bit. The next question comes to us from Tanner, and he asks, how big expensive is your collection and of oldest old themes? Pirate Castle, Kingdoms, Adventures, Space Police, Power Miners, Atlantis, Aqua Raiders, Indiana Jones, Star Wars, etc. What's your top 5? If you've been asked this before, disregard this. I hope you and everyone close to you stay safe and remain healthy. Well, thanks for the kind words, man. Same, I feel the same for you. Hopefully you're staying safe. Okay, I had to like kind of spitball this a little bit. I'm pretty sure my collection's probably worth about 25,000 US. I'm not positive on that though. I haven't stuck the info into like Bricklink and figured it all out, but that's kind of what I'm at. And as far as my top 5s, let's throw them up on screen. And our next question comes to us from Mr. Rubbernose, and he says, will you be reviewing the Pirates of Barracuda Bay? I am. I ordered it the other day. That's awesome, man, that you ordered that. And as far as I'm going to be picking up, definitely. That is an absolutely awesome set. I even made a video on it if you guys are wondering, and you probably know the set I'm talking about. Great looking set. Maybe one of the best pirate sets they've ever made. And our last question that we'll look at for this episode is, it's from Joseph, and he asks, so does Lego still get upset if you refer to their stuff as Legos? So I had to Google this. Anyways, and this is the Google answer, because I'm like, you know what? Like, I don't think Lego cares a whole lot, but this is what the technical correct term of this is. It says, as usual, you should say what you need to be understood. As another answer says, Lego is a brand. If you like the brand, you should say, I like Lego. Technically, there is no such thing as a Lego or Legos. So there you go. That's the official answer from Google. I'm kind of, with the first answer, just say what's going to be understood by people. But anyways, that pretty well does this episode of Ty's Talks. Again, really good questions, really appreciate it. And yeah, obviously, if you guys like this video, leave it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, definitely consider subscribing and click that bell so you're notified for any future Q&As we do on this channel. And again, if you guys have any questions, just leave them in the comments and then I'll get to them in the next episode of Ty's Talks. Should be in about a month. That's kind of how I like to do them. But yeah, thanks again, and I'll catch you on the next one.